Antonio Rocco Caponigro, pictured here at his daughter's wedding in New York last Labor Day, has spent much of the last 5 years in Florida trying to avoid New Jersey Crime Commission subpoenas. But his luck ran out New Year's Eve when he sneaked back to New Jersey to visit his wife. Federal authorities were waiting, and after a wild chase in which Caponigro rammed his car into an FBI agent's automobile, the 62-year-old racketeer was arrested, charged with assault on a federal officer, and served with the subpoenas. Both the federal grand jury in Newark and the New Jersey Commission of Investigation want Caponigro to testify about his alleged involvement in gambling and racketeering. And at the same time, the Essex County, New Jersey grand jury wants to question Caponigro about 19 unsolved gangland murders in the Newark area. In 1971, Caponigro, nicknamed Tony Bananas, was subpoenaed by a federal grand jury to testify about his interest in a company that built the pieces of 8 apartments at Hillsborough Beach in Broward County, south of Boca Raton. The pieces of 8 was Caponigro's last known address in South Florida. However, his name does not now appear on the building register, nor does anyone there admit knowing Caponigro, who has an arrest record dating back to 1928. It includes 2 arrests for investigation of murder and convictions for robbery and assault. Caponigro was identified in 1963 U.S. Senate hearings as a member of the Cosa Nostra family of the late Vito Genovese, but in recent years he's been linked to Angelo Bruno, the Philadelphia Mafia chieftain whose interests include New Jersey. Bruno spent 3 years in prison for refusing to answer New Jersey Crime Commission questions after being given immunity from prosecution. But in 1973, he was released from jail because of poor health. New Jersey sources say Bruno is periodically examined by commission-approved physicians to determine if he's able to either testify or be returned to prison. Bruno, according to law enforcement sources, has been a frequent visitor to Miami and on several occasions has stayed at the North Miami home of Charles I. Costello at 12468 North Bayshore Drive. Costello moved to Miami shortly after testifying before the New Jersey Crime Commission and paid $60,000 for the home. Costello is identified as a capo de cima, or capo, in the Bruno family. Literally translated, capo de cima means captain of 10. This is the second level in the hierarchy of mafioso families. Costello's only recorded criminal conviction was in 1931 for extortion, but his rap sheet lists arrests for gambling, receiving stolen goods, and criminal conspiracy. A Costello business associate is John Simone of Fort Lauderdale, another capo in the Bruno family. The pair were partners in Atlas Sanitation of Trenton, New Jersey. Simone, nicknamed Johnny Keys, has an extensive arrest record that includes convictions for assault, gambling, and operating an illegal still. After fleeing New Jersey to avoid a crime commission subpoena, Simone bought Como Apartments at 2417 Northwest 9th Avenue in Fort Lauderdale. Broward courthouse records indicate that Simone paid $200,000 for the apartment building. The 63-year-old Simone lives in apartment 8A. Simone's son, Michael, also has real estate interest. The Secretary of State's office lists Michael Simone as president of Galaxy Mortgage Services Incorporated at 12955 Biscayne Boulevard. Simone is also listed as president of Galaxy Realty, but the offices of that company at 12886 Biscayne Boulevard were recently vacated. WCKT News has learned that one of Simone's associates in Galaxy Realty was Michael Grasso, nephew of mob boss Angelo Bruno. Grasso was also the owner of the now-defunct Surf and Turf of Bahamas Lounge, which Simone managed. The North Miami Lounge was closed in 1973 after Grasso was charged and convicted of violating state beverage laws. Grasso lives in this $200,000 home at 13095 Biscayne Bay Drive, North Miami. He's on federal probation as a result of a 1972 conviction in Pennsylvania for submission of false statements and aiding and abetting. Grasso left New Jersey before he could be issued a state crime commission subpoena, which is only enforceable when served in New Jersey. A crime commission spokesman said there are no plans now to issue Grasso a subpoena. My law enforcement sources say Grasso is suspected of fronting for his uncle, Angelo Bruno, in legitimate business investments. That suspicion could get Grasso a federal subpoena. On Monday, WCKT News disclosed that a Miami federal grand jury is launching an investigation into the activities of underworld